Oh, yeah, my name is Nkosana Ntuli, from KZN, Kandingizi, Ngikhulele khona. So, in a story about my life, ukukhula kwami, na ukuthi ngize ngifike la ngikhona njengamanje. So, la ngikhulele khona, where I grew up, it was a tight family there with usisi wami, which is older than me, and then my younger sister, uZizipho, ubaba, my father, and my mom. I started feeling like I need something to make me feel happy, because the most of the time I was a quiet person who liked to spend his own time in his room, singing, writing. I wasn't used to friends, like having time, staying with friends, sharing, playing. No, I was like a guy who liked his moment of silence a long time, like sitting alone, reading and doing stuff. That's where I dropped school on 2011. Things went bad in our family. My mother divorced with my father, so she had to move on because she took us from our father. She started living her own life here in Joburg, living with piece jobs. Life wasn't easy at that time because we have to expect more changes from suffering, even close to go to school. That's where my life started being hard, because I was still on dagga and smoking, dropping cigarettes. It wasn't something serious because I could drop dagga maybe 2 years and then come back again, but that's where I started being introduced on drugs, because I have left high school. At high school, there were people who used to come with drugs at school and then smoke, but I wasn't feeling like, oh, okay, let me try this one. But no, things went hard when I saw our life changing, because I couldn't even stand of talking about this. Why you and Dad divorced and what happened? Why life changed? Why do we have to live here? Why do we have to expect this and this? Because I wasn't an open child on my mother's side. That's what I can say. I used to just think of our struggle and everything, but not talk to someone with it. And I used to tell myself that I am the one who have to change things, because I saw that my mom is struggling too much on having a straight job. It wasn't easy for her because she was not that educated to have things to maybe get a gooder job to feed us and do things for us, because at that time I was getting in an oldest age to maybe I can go find a piece job or get something. But I started spending a lot of time drinking with friends, having fun, telling myself that I have to flash something, memories of thinking of how can I have money, how can I assist my mom. And at that time, my older sister, she got a baby in 2012. So she had to drop school at that time. She didn't even make her matric, and even on my side, I didn't even make grade, I dropped out on grade 11, yeah, it was 11. My younger sister My mom was struggling to take my younger sister to school so that at least she can be the only hope of getting a matric, because she was going to be maybe our first person to have a matric, which this year she had a baby at the age of 15. Yeah, she's 15. She was supposed to do her matric, or she will do her matric next year, because now she's in grade 11. So things changed. They changed. It forced me to try another stronger things, because I started smoking Mandrex, which was not too addicted, like getting cravings for Mandrex. No, I started Mandrex, I dropped it, I mixed it with alcohol. Daka was now weaker for me, because even me too, I used to do things that I regret after just for money, you see, to come home with something, to put food on the table, to assist my mom, because she even said, why don't you go stay with your father in Gwandingizi, because now things are hard here. I'm trying to raise your sister, even your baby sister. I want to make her, maybe I want them to go to school, and that's the only thing I can do.
What are those things that you did that you were regretting to get money?
Things I can say are like robbery, housebreaking, theft. I was introduced to gangs. I don't know if you know about gangsters. People who live, actually people who rule the streets. People who do crime, people who live under like rules of a gang, but they stay like a family. So I was once introduced to those kind of people, having times to go make money in the wrong way. So that's where I saw that, okay, now I know jail. I know different types of drugs. I sell drugs for someone. I make money with robberies and all of that. So those things used to stress me, because I used to sit once and say, okay, I'm alone now. I look at the mirror, oh, I see, it's me. Hey, how do I live? Look at me, I'm getting skinny. My life is changing. I do bad things. Maybe I won't even see heaven. Why me? Why was I supposed to live this type of life? Why are these things happening to me? Sometimes I tell myself that, no, let me just go drink, smoke, forget about this and do it like every day, because it's now my job. I have to put food on the table. I have to come. You see, I have to do things for my own. And I once had a dream. I always told myself that even though I go to school, but I want to be maybe involved in art, because I saw something that, oh, I'm a man of art. In the other way, I can sing. I like to sing. I like acting. I like doing art. So I told myself that maybe one day I will be someone, you see, on something that I like singing, a musician. But those days when I told my dad that, hey, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be this, he used to tell me, no, you won't be that, I want you to be this. So things were too complicated when it came to like expressing my feelings to my dad, expressing my feelings to my mom. Like, those things weren't too easy. So at that time I used to say, okay, let me just smoke. And I get more arrested. I started saying, okay, I'm going back to Durban, where I can make more money with drugs and all that. So I had friends in shacks and even in town, all around Durban. I almost had friends who can make my life go fast and do things fast in an easy way. So I went back to Durban when I think it was 2015. I went back to Durban. I started living robbery life and actually easy life, which made me spend a lot of money, and I was now addicted to rock, a drug called rock, which is like crack cocaine. I smoked it maybe for years, going in and out jail. I almost lost my life because I was doing things like every day I have to drink, smoke, I have to rob somewhere, I have to break somewhere. I have to make maybe more than 1,000 per day just to smoke and keep myself calm so I can forget a lot of things. Like I have to stay high, more higher. So that's where I said, no, let me try doing another thing, like smoking another drug, because this one seems so lower and then it gets high by prices and all that. I said, okay, let me just mix this Manrex, smoke this rock and drink at the same time. And at that time, I didn't have someone like to share my feelings with, how I feel inside, how am I hurt, and what have I been through, what do I need to get help. No, I was only that guy when I go to my guys. Life is life, we do our things, and when I'm alone, I'm alone. Even my girlfriend, she's not that in to me than money. Because the most thing I had to think of was money at that time. And what do I need? My cravings. I forgot about my mom in Josie. I forgot about my dad in Durban. Actually, I was like one person living his own life in his own world. So it came to a year where I was sentenced. That's where I started saying, no, I have to change.
What were you sentenced for and for how long?
I was sentenced for a house robbery and aggressive with some weapons, and then I was sentenced 8 years in prison. So I spent 5 years in prison. With the parole, I went out. So I was supposed to sign it's 3 years out on my parole. It wasn't easy because, hey, I had to tell my people that I'm in prison and I will be in prison for years. When they caught me, I never called for dad or mom and said, Mom, but now I attended, and then it went where they say, okay, now it's your sentence. You will be out at this time. That's where I involved my mom and my dad, telling them that now I will spend maybe more than 4 years in prison for a robbery. And where I was in Durban, Signum, living this life and this, so I need their help now. And at that time, my dad told me straight that, son, I want nothing to do with your life in prison or what. But when you come out, when you come to your senses, you can come to me and I will talk you life, because you seem lost. I told you about your life. You didn't listen to me. It's been years. You never contact me. You went up and down with that and that. And then now you call me because now you're sentenced. No, spend your life, get yourself there. That's where you're going to get who you are and what you want in life. And remember, your mom needs you. That's what my dad told me. Because he already moved on with his own life, getting another wife, marrying. His life moved on at that time. My mom was living her own life at this side, and he was living his own life. So the only thing I thought of was my mom at that time. And I thought that, hey, I failed my mom. She thought I was going to grow up to be a man or something.
How would you like to be helped? How would you like people to help you?
I was like, hey, it's hard because I have to, maybe I'm addicted to heroin. Too much in heroin, which makes me feel like my mom maybe lost some hope on me, like she lost hope. I would like to change things. Maybe if I can go to a rehab and then come clean, because I'm like addicted to heroin, which is the most addictive drug I ever know. Like, once you test heroin, you smoke one way, and heroin doesn't like treat you the same as Mandrax and cocaine. It's a crazy drug. You go sick, immediately you say you stop, you won't stop. You go through pains. Pains from your tongue, losing, you feel like maybe dying. You feel weak. That's where you go back and smoke. And when you go back and smoke, there's nothing that you can live for unless heroin. Every money you get, you have to spend for heroin. That's why you can see most of the guys and girls who smoke heroin spend years living the same life. It's hard to quit. But on my side, I can say I can make it through a rehab because I've never been in a rehab for a drug, or like I have to go quit by a rehab. No, I used to quit drugs myself, start another one, maybe drink some alcohol for a few months, quit, come back. But I find it hard to quit heroin. And that thing is making my life like hell of a life. Because there's some people I have to live for, which I'm failing now. That's why I say, people, heroin is not a thing that you can say you can taste. You can't taste heroin unless you're joining people who are smoking heroin. And you see people who are smoking heroin every day when you wake up. You see them. You see how they live life. It's not easy. People don't have jobs outside here, but they don't smoke. People don't have jobs, they smoke heroin. When you think, how does those people live life? What do they do for living? To smoke this thing for each and every hour. I have to think of heroin, nothing, even my baby or what. I think of nothing without heroin. Okay, if I don't get it in the morning, when I go CK, who's going to help me? It's me and my brother. We smoke this shit. When we lie down here the whole day and roll, the bones are like breaking into pieces. You're feeling pains you never, ever felt. You can't even tell a doctor that, what are you sick of? What are you feeling? Is it a fever? You don't know. But you know that it's this drug that I'm smoking. It has to be out of my system. Like, I have to train it or something. Spend maybe months not smoking. Live my life like a normal person. Then I can go do normal things. If you're out there, like, watching this, please do not try heroin. Even any type of a drug, actually, don't smoke any type of a drug, because it might be heroin. And if it is heroin, things won't be the same. But your life won't be the same. You will need special help, serious help, from people who know how to deal with heroin. Hi, I'm Nkosana Ntulo, and I've been through the most.